Hey, what's going on, everyone? Justin here again. So, you guys already know about my ice ball makers. Again, it's a lot of competition in case anyone that wants to get into that space. But the one thing that I will mention is that when it comes to a lot of these different advanced strategies around Amazon pay-per-click advertising, there's this sort of misnomer that you should decrease your cost per click for some of your items that are making money, that are doing relatively well. And I don't prescribe to that. I actually think you should do the opposite. I think you should actually increase your cost per click for those that are doing well. Now, some people will say, well, won't that hurt your average cost of sale? And there are cases where it can. But the whole idea is you want to show up more often for that good quality traffic. It's kind of the same thing that happens in the whole world of Google AdWords, where if I bid higher, there's a certain type of person that will click on your ad that's when you're in positions 1 through 3 on Google versus positions 4 through 8 on Google. Those folks that's in for position 4 through 8 aren't necessarily in that buying mode. They're just sort of kind of looking around, if you will, but they're not very serious. And personally, I've experienced the very same thing in Amazon pay-per-click advertising, where if I bid higher for the terms that I know someone's supposed to purchase on, I'm typically going to actually achieve a better average cost of sale because I'm going to get more clicks and more targeted clicks and a better conversion rate over time. So with that being said, with that whole philosophy, this is really sort of an advanced section that I want to really dig a little bit deeper on than I've done in some of the prior videos that we have in this course. So here you have my ice ball maker, and we have sort of the last month. I'm going to just do, instead of last month, I'm going to do lifetime and show you what it looked like over lifetime. Over lifetime, we've done, let's say, 1,400 sales, $750 spent, average cost of sale of 50%. Keywords still had 135. A lot of impressions, a lot of clicks. You can see we're pretty active in this space, right? And so you can see we're average cost of sale, 50%. If you do the last month, you notice that we're now down to 36%, which is very respectable in my judgment. So let's go here a little deeper and just look at some of the keywords that we're targeting. So these are all the keywords that we have currently. We'll do this from impressions. And you can kind of see which ones are probably doing really, really well, right? You have here for Ice Cube Tray. That's probably my best one. Ice Cube Tray, yep. So you can see here for the exact match, Ice Cube Tray is 307. Ice Cube Tray for phrase match is $134 in sales. And so some people would say, oh, my average cost of sale is 28%. I should go ahead and reduce this to 54 cents or 40 cents or just write the bare minimum of 45. Nope, not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to increase that to 65 cents. For Ice Cube, sometimes you have to use a little intuition. So for me, I kind of feel like, Ice Cube is really not that big of a deal, but heck, I'm trying to get some sales right now. So let's increase that to 55 cents. Let's definitely come back down here to Ice Cube Tray, increase that to 70 cents. And these are already my money terms. These are already those terms that we discussed before that I know these ones should do relatively well, but some are going to do better than others. So for something like Ice Ball Maker, that one's supposed to do relatively well. So I'd actually increase that to 75 cents instead of 65 cents. And you can see I have a 26% ACOS. Remember, my overall ACOS was 36 cents, or 36%. So this one wasn't doing as well. So I'll reduce that. Come further down, you can see these ones aren't doing as well. So, and Whiskey Balls, yeah, I might get a few sales, but I'm not getting anything that's like that exciting. So I actually might reduce that a little bit, but I'll leave it at 50 cents for now. For Ice Cube Molds, it seems like I had 2 sales there, but I'm at a 62% ACOS. So I would probably decrease this just a little bit, probably to 50 cents. And you also have to consider the fact that when you have a budget of, let's say, $20 a day, you want to utilize that budget as best as you can. And so if you're running out of your budget very quickly, and a lot of those funds are being allocated to other keywords that aren't performing as well, then that has an impact on the ones that could perform better. And that's why we have this whole thing of budget allocation and decreasing and increasing your cost per click over time. And so you can see here, I reduced the cost per click for the whiskey balls down to 50 cents. Ice Cube molds, that's at a 62%. I would assume that would have been a little bit better, but no big deal. I'll still leave that as such because I still want to show up on the first page at the very least. Scroll down a little bit further. You can see this one does relatively well. Ice molds, interestingly enough. Maybe one person bought 4, I'm not sure. But because it's phrase match, I might actually increase that just a little bit just to see what happens if I can make that even better. Here we go. This is one that I'm a little disappointed in. Ice Cube Maker. You can see that one has 112% ACOS. That's a case where I probably take that down to about 56 cents. So that should help with my ACOS for that one because I've gotten 17 clicks. So you can tell that, I've gotten one sale, 17 clicks. Maybe Ice Cube Maker is just not jiving with my listing. That's just something to consider. So let's come down a little further. Let's see that. Nope. Let's see here. Sphere Ice Mold. Yeah, it's a little high. 95 cents. I'm going to take that down to about 70 cents because I haven't gotten that many sales to begin with. Let's see here. Ice Ball for exact. That's a 41 cent. I actually believe that I could do better with this one. I actually want to show up more. I can tell I'm not showing up as often because you can see here I've had 2,600 impressions, but my best one here was Ice Cube Tray and Ice Cube Tray there, which is, that's close to 40,000. So let's go down here also really quickly to Ice Sphere and let's change that to 60 cents as well. And then let's go back down to, this one. This was a Sphere Ice Mold. I'm trying to remember, guys. What was it? Sphere Ice Mold. Ice Ball. There we go. Let's increase Ice Ball to 65 cents because I still believe that there's hope for that one. And for Sphere Ice, we don't want 95 cents. Even though I got one sale here, I kind of feel like, I don't know, was that Sphere Ice Mold? Well, that is pretty targeted. So just in case, I still think I'll show up, but I still want to save a little bit on that one. So let's go down a little bit more on that. Let's see here. Ice Cube, Ice Molds. Ice Mold seems to have done really, really well. Really, really well. I've gotten 81 sales. So this is a case where I'll actually increase it by 15 cents because I want to show up even more often for that keyword. Ice Cube. Let's increase that one. I think I can do better. So you guys are starting to kind of get the philosophy. You kind of see what I'm doing here as far as, sorry for that disturbance. You can see what I'm doing here as far as sort of increasing the cost per click for those that I think I should do better and decreasing the ones that I probably wouldn't do as well. So let's save a little bit of money so that there's more funds allocated to the keywords that are expected to do better, right? Let's go to the second page. Let's see. Let's kind of, apply the same principles. Whiskey Ice Balls, 95 cents. I'm not really prepared to spend that kind of money on that. So let's do 50 cents for that. For Sphere Ice, that was expected to do better, but just in case, let's put it down to 55 cents, even though, let's do that to 60 cents so we can at least show up on the first page. Silicone Ice Cube Trays, it was 55 cents. I haven't even gotten a sale off of Silicone Ice Cube Trays, which is kind of shocking because I've done so well with Ice Cube trays in general. So you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm going to keep that at 60 cents just to see what happens. Let's see here. Let's go down. That's about it. Yep, that's about it. So Scotch Rocks, I'm going to take that down to 50 cents. I just don't want to show up for that. I don't want to pay as much for that bid. Let's do 50 cents for that. Let's keep this, not 95 cents, let's keep that at 75 cents. Let's do for Ice Cube Trays, let's do that at 65 cents because that's exact match. And here's another point I wanted to make. I think for anything that's exact match, you definitely want to bid higher for exact match than for the same term that you would bid for phrase match, because exact is really the exact term that you're expecting to show up for. And so just to kind of go back to the Ice Cube tray example, you can see that for Ice Cube tray, we're bidding 70 cents, which is higher than the phrase match for Ice Cube tray. And we've gotten even more purchases for that one. So that kind of gives you a sense of, all right, what can I do to further allocate my budget accordingly, show up for the terms that I want to show up for more often, and then just really explode the campaign that way. And this is kind of part of the process that I go through. And you can see here, I'm not doing this over a weekly time frame. I mean, I'm really looking at some data that's pretty statistically significant, right? I'm looking at last month versus, lifetime, and I'm just trying to over time improve my average cost of sale. And there are cases where if you want to really, really dive deep and really, be a good steward of, crunching the numbers, you can take all that data and, just kind of look at your average ACOS over a period of time. That always helps. And then obviously the last thing I would definitely want to mention to you guys is, the negative terms. I really can't stress that enough. I would say bucket and cream. Those are the two terms that I never, ever, ever want to show up for. Ever. Doesn't make sense to show up for those terms. So in case someone types in ice cream maker, don't want to show up for it. Ice bucket, don't want to show up for that. So that gives you a better sense. And there's some other ones I just thought of. Ice bottle. I don't know why someone would type that in, but let's do ice bottle. Let's say ice man. I don't know. In case someone's looking for I don't know. I don't know why someone would type that one in, but we'll add that to the negative list too. And so those are some of the more advanced strategies that you would take on to, build a better campaign. Ensuring that you're focused on better allocation of your budget and so forth. So hopefully this wasn't too long. Really wanted to give you guys some more advanced strategies around that and just really walk you through my philosophy of bid adjustments and so forth. And you just do this over time, and you just kind of look at the changes that you've made and you just try and improve on that. So hopefully this was helpful. Thanks so much, gang. And I'm sure we'll be talking again soon. Take care.